welcome to this explainer, everyone. Today we're diving into the fascinating and, honestly, kind of unsung heroism of our oldest, quietest partner, the horse. When we think about human progress, right, we usually picture the wheel or the steam engine, maybe the microchip. But there's a biological partner that literally carried us through history. Today we're going to unpack the data, the modern impact, and the future of our relationship with equines.
Let's actually kick things off with this quote. It brilliantly captures how equines have shaped human history. I mean, they aren't just background characters in history books, they were the literal engine of our civilizations. From ancient nomads riding across the Eurasian steppes to today, where we still rely on draft horses for organic farming, mounted rangers for wildlife protection, and therapy ponies for, bringing just immense joy to hospital patients. They've carried our goods, plowed our fields, and comforted our hearts, really without asking for much in return. So, in recognition of this incredibly diverse bond, the global community is finally making things official. The United Nations General Assembly recently made a powerful declaration. On June 3rd, 2025, they adopted a resolution officially establishing July 11th as World Horse Day. This isn't just some symbolic gesture either. It's a direct call to action for governments, schools, businesses, and all of us to celebrate the role of horses and to actively tackle the very real challenges they're facing in our modern world.
All right, Section 1, the global equine population, a look at the numbers. Let's explore the sheer scale of the human-equine partnership today, because when you actually look at the data, it completely shatters the myth that horses just belong to a bygone era.
60.8 million. According to 2023 data from the Food and Agriculture Organization, that is the incredible number of horses globally right now. Just think about that for a second. It absolutely proves they're far from being a historical relic. They are a massive, living part of our global ecosystem today.
But what's really fascinating here is the unequal distribution across the globe. Take 3 very different regions. In the United States, there are about 2.4 million horses and ponies spread across 63,000 farms. Meanwhile, the European Union supports a much larger herd of around 7 million equines. And get this, that sector alone supports 800,000 jobs in breeding, sport, and tourism. It's a massive economic driver. And then there's Mongolia, which brings us to a truly staggering statistic.
The numbers get even more amazing when you look at Mongolia. This nation boasts 3.4 million horses compared to a human population of just 3.3 million. That is an incredible, better than 1-to-1 ratio of horses to humans. It highlights a culture where the horse is just fundamentally woven into the fabric of everyday life. But hey, the story of equines doesn't end with just horses. Look at this number, 112 million. A joint study by the World Organization for Animal Health and the FAO points out that there are 112 million working equids globally. This broader category brings donkeys and mules into the picture, and their impact is absolutely monumental for human survival. So the crucial point is this. Those 112 million working animals are actively supporting the livelihoods of roughly 600 million people worldwide. By carrying water, transporting essential crops, and doing all the heavy lifting, these animals are the absolute backbone of daily life for families, specifically in low and middle-income countries. They aren't a luxury, they are essential infrastructure. Moving on to Section 2, vital to everyday life. Why horses still matter. Let's look at how this builds into the specific, everyday sectors where equines are quietly making a massive difference today, because their utility goes way beyond what we might traditionally assume. This modern balance intersects with almost every facet of our lives. In food and farming, draft horses are actually an amazing modern sustainability tool, offering low-carbon tillage, lighter soil impact, and natural fertilizer. For jobs and income, as we just discussed, they ease the physical burden for hundreds of millions of people. Over in culture and tourism, sectors like the EU's preserve rare heritage breeds and boost local economies through festivals and trail tourism. And of course, in sport, they inspire millions, though that does require rigorous, constantly evolving welfare standards, like the Olympic protocols we see today. Which brings us to Section 3, the modern climate threat, protecting our equine partners. Now, while we celebrate their vast contributions, a true explainer also has to look at the hard facts. We need to impartially examine the rising, modern challenges our equine partners face in our rapidly changing world. This number right here is the context for that challenge. According to the World Meteorological Organization, 2024 was the first full year where global temperatures exceeded 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Now, that's a critical threshold for humans, sure, but it has immediate, dire consequences for animals whose primary function is physical exertion outdoors. This data point is a really stark warning. Increased environmental heat directly translates into severe heat stress for these animals, whether it's a donkey carrying water in a rural village or an elite sport horse competing in a giant stadium. The conditions they're facing are just getting significantly tougher and way more dangerous.
Because of this climate shift, adapting is now absolutely essential. We're actually seeing new global welfare standards emerge to combat this, such as the strict Beat the Heat Olympic protocols. Event organizers are now implementing misting lanes, mandatory shaded cooldowns, and live temperature checks. It's a totally necessary evolution to ensure the safety and welfare of these incredible athletes as the planet warms.
All right, Section 4, Celebrating World Horse Day, 5 Simple Ideas. Let's look at the final piece of our explainer, what you can actually do. Because the UN resolution isn't just for governments, right? It calls on individuals to honor and protect this partnership. So how do we actually do that? Here are 5 incredibly easy, actionable steps you can take for World Horse Day. Number 1, visit a local rescue or therapy center to learn basic care and support your community. 2, choose an ethical carriage or trail ride. Enjoy some low-emission travel and support small businesses that treat their animals well. 3, raise awareness by posting a reliable horse fact on social media. 4, clean out your closets and donate extra towels or safe halters to summer rescues. They desperately need cooling cloths right now. And 5, maybe watch an Olympic equestrian replay specifically to see how those welfare protocols work in real time. Speaking of posting a reliable fact online, if you're looking for one to share, consider this staggering detail. A horse can drink up to 50 liters, that's over 13 gallons, of water on a single hot day. Sharing a detail like this is a brilliant way to raise awareness about the heat stress we discussed earlier, and it really highlights just how much care these animals require. From ancient steppes to modern organic farms, we've seen how equines continue to feed us, support our economies, and lift our spirits. So, as July 11th approaches, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to reflect on. Now that you know the depth of their quiet contribution, how will you honor humanity's oldest partnership? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.